Ladies and gentlemen, this is Swanson from ESChamp, and welcome to the Elite Series Season 1 highlights. Let's go ahead and get things started. To kick things off, we have Rise vs. Grape. Rise is laying siege with an ever-increasing number of swarm hosts. Grape, caught without any splash damage to his name, is gonna need to get creative, and that's just what he does. Swooping in with his Phoenix, he rips them out of the ground and sends them and Rise to his doom. In Week 2, we saw Believe versus Quiet Rice. Believe up at Quiet Rice's third base needs this push to win in the game. When an Immortal is caught out of position, Believe makes that Immortal a peekaboo nerd, popping in and out of the Warp Prism, delivering serious blows to the defending Roach army, ultimately forcing the GG out of Zerg. Henderless versus Duster Game 2. Duster has just lost his fourth and is now fighting against a 5-base Zerg. He needs to break out and bring the hurt to have a hope of coming back in this game. Colossi shredding Locust, Void Ray is vaporizing everything they touch, and Storm's blanketing the battlefield. It will be enough to hold and does give him the breathing room he desperately needs to fight another day. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, with Henderless eventually taking the game. Henderless versus Duster, Game 3. Duster yet again finds himself up against the wall with Roaches and Banelings charging forward, but with amazing force field pins a large portion of the Zerg army. Unable to move, Duster cleans them up without too much trouble at all. Unfortunately for Duster, even with all his great plays, Henderless takes the match 2-1. Rise vs. Duststorm, Game 2. Duststorm has a large Mutalisk force flying into Rise's base. After focusing down a Spore, the Chain Fungals come in one after another with 4 Queens adding tons of damage. Not one of the Mutalisks is able to make it out alive. Believe versus Duster. Believe, after taking down Duster's Nexus, morphs his 4 DTs into Archons. Charging toward the main, Duster, no longer able to hold his ramp, is forced to GG in the face of certain doom. Fuzzy vs. Baz, Game 2. Fuzzy, after taking down 6 tanks, goes for a massive attack. Zerglings, Banelings, Mutalisks all charging forward, cutting deep into the Terran line, but Baz, with excellent splitting and focus fire, is barely able to hold, but hold he does. Later that same game, and now it's Fuzzy's turn to hold. He has the Broodlords, but it's the Infestors funneling large parts of the armor, trying to buy time for the Broodlords to kill off the army, but there is far too much Terran. My name again is Swanson, and thanks for joining us for Season 1. The finals are sure to be filled with more awesome games and epic moments. If you want to catch any games you missed or relive the action, go to ESChamp.com.